The movie starts with several news channels reporting about a deadly virus named the Saharan flu. The flu, which has a 100% fatality rate, has decimated the Earth, and it is believed that almost 3 billion people have passed away. Now, with the human population dwindling at a rapid rate, the United States government has devised a plan to save the race. They have decided to build 500,000 bunkers, and a lottery will be conducted to select the people who will be staying in them. Each bunker will have only one inhabitant, and they will have to live there until the flu subsides. Once everything is back to normal, the people will be gathered again for a repopulation program. We are then shown the interior of the fallout bunker, which has enough supplies stored in it to last an astonishing 70 years. The bathroom has access to a 24-hour water supply, which is recycled and used again. For electricity, the inhabitants of the bunker are made to do regular exercise. When it comes to food, they are simply fed with a protein shake, which emerges from a tap. The bunker also has accurate weather representations. When it's morning, a sunny environment will be shown, and when it's night, the room becomes completely dark. This helps the inhabitants to control their sleep patterns. Cut to several years later, we are shown a group of 7 people chatting through a video conference. Although all of them are living in their separate bunkers, they do everything with the consent of one another. The 7 people are named after their respective cities, and Boston, a strict but soft-hearted guy, is their leader. In one of these conferences, an aggressive man from the group named Orlando berates all of his friends. He also mentions that the outside world will never revert back to normal. Hence, they are trapped here their entire life. Boston and the others try to calm him down, but Orlando does not listen. Instead, he reveals his gruesome past, where he killed 15 people and got a life sentence. One of the group members, Atlanta, who is an extremely religious woman, gets angry and confronts Orlando about the murders. The deranged killer simply replies that it gave him pleasure. Hearing this, the group gets disgusted as they wish to get rid of Orlando once and for all. Luckily, there is an IT expert in the group who goes by the name Denver. He mentions that he has learned how to hack basic things and can possibly turn off Orlando's transmission. However, there is a catch. If he turns off the transmission once, it will be impossible to get it back again. This means that if Orlando's video calling ability is turned off, he may have to live the rest of his life alone, without anyone to talk to, and you can be sure that's gonna make him want to kill more people later. The decision is a very tough one, so the group decides to take it to a vote. 3 people, Boston, Atlanta, and a man named Chicago, vote for Orlando's transmission to be cut off. However, a woman named Phoenix and another man, Houston, claim that the punishment is simply too severe and hence vote against it. This leaves the decision up to the hacker, Denver's vote, but before he can speak, Orlando himself orders the group to cut off the transmission, claiming that he is sick of seeing their boring faces. Obliging to his request, Denver hacks the system and makes Orlando disappear forever. That night, a sleepless Phoenix wakes up and talks to Denver. They discuss the earlier incident, and Phoenix mentions that what they did was wrong. However, Denver consoles her by saying that it was the best thing to do. Here, it is revealed that the two are in a relationship. Following this, the movie fast forwards to 8 months in the future. Despite losing one member, the group has adjusted well to the situation. However, due to an anomaly in the system, Houston's weather lights start changing abruptly. Because of this, he hasn't been able to sleep for some days. After a while, the group starts their usual meeting and everyone reports their findings. It turns out that all the members are assigned with a particular task. Like, Atlanta has to keep track of her group's health, while Denver is responsible for notifying everyone about the outside world's status. This is possible due to the additional computers in the bunker, which shows various statistics, like the amount of people remaining in the world, the heartbeats of all the group members, and so on. While everyone is busy with their tasks, Chicago, who is the least productive member of the group, gets bored. He tells everyone that everything is futile as they are never going to see the outside world again. Boston tries to scold him, but Chicago presses a button on the computer, forcing the bunker's manual to pop up on everyone's screen. Since the video cannot be skipped, everyone is forced to watch it. In the video, the bunker's creator, Nadine, starts explaining the various amenities inside the bunker and reveals that it is 30 feet below the surface. After this, she mentions that all 500,000 people are divided into groups, and one such group consists of 7 people. Their only job is to help each other survive until the virus is eradicated from the Earth. The video ends as Nadine narrates that there is still hope left on this Earth for humanity. Some days later, as the group is discussing in one of their regular conferences, their data computers suddenly shut down. Though Boston thinks it's just a temporary defect, the others fear that their bunker is starting to disintegrate. The strange thing is that the computers are down in all 6 of their bunkers, despite them being thousands of miles away from each other. Later, Phoenix privately calls her boyfriend, Denver, and tells him that the system might have been compromised because of a loophole. The loophole started when they hacked into the system and shut down Orlando's video transmission. Phoenix then pleads with Denver to hack into the system again and bring back Orlando, as it might be the only way to restore their data computers back. However, Denver mentions that bringing back the transmission is not possible, so it's not worth trying. Hearing this, Phoenix becomes angry and starts narrating her life story. She reveals that her father died at a young age and she was brought up by her mother. But while growing up, she started doing drugs and even ran away from home several times. One day, when Phoenix didn't find her stash in her room, she suspected that her mother took it. Hence, in a fit of rage, she grabbed a pair of scissors and stabbed her mother to death. She was then incarcerated in a maximum security prison until the virus broke out and she won the lottery to the bunker. After hearing the story, Denver becomes emotional and promises to get Orlando transmission back. One night, he finally succeeds and calls Phoenix to share the good news. Surprisingly, when they watch Orlando's feed, he is nowhere to be found. In the next scene, the couple shows the feed to the rest of the group, and as expected, Boston is not happy that they took the decision without informing anyone. He is especially angry at Denver for hacking the system once again. However, the couple simply replied that they don't care about voting anymore. At night, Phoenix once again calls Denver and asks him if he can retrieve some of Orlando's personal videos that he had recorded. She mentions that the videos might reveal a clue as to where he went. Denver obliges and immediately gets to work. He puts those supreme hacking skills to the test and eventually manages to download several of Orlando's personal videos. Then, the couple starts watching the videos one by one. Most of them are just Orlando working out without his shirt on. But in the last clip, the video is suddenly cut and only Orlando's screams can be heard. When the video comes back on, he has already vanished. It appears as if someone or something took him away and not even all that working out could save him. The next morning, the entire group discusses the strange video and everyone's opinions are divided. Boston believes that they are safe in the bunker and that they are simply overthinking. But Phoenix asserts that they have to find a way to escape before it's too late. On the other hand, Houston has started to go crazy because of his damaged weather lights. He has not slept in over a week, and as a result, he too supports Phoenix's plan of escaping.